Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Not many teams hotter on the recruiting trail than the Tennessee Volunteers. A couple days ago, we talked Mike Matthews committing the five-star wide receiver. And now Tennessee's getting it done on the defensive side of the ball, landing four-star linebacker Edwin Spillman from Nashville, Tennessee, the powerhouse Lipscomb Academy. And I think what's most exciting, and we'll get into the player, dive into the film, and talk about what he's going to bring to this Tennessee defense. Before we start, though, like one of the most exciting things about Tennessee right now is you're starting to see on the defensive side of the ball, the recruiting going in the real right direction. And that's when we talk about Tennessee taking that next step. I think that's where when I'm talking to Tennessee fans, that's where it starts. Getting those difference makers on the defensive side of the ball. At the end of the day, like you're going to have a line out the door. We said this, a line out the door of offensive skill players that are going to want to play in this Josh Heupel offense. And I don't blame him. If I was an elite five-star wide receiver, that's the offense I want to go play in. An offense that I'm going to be able to be a difference maker, a playmaker. And on the defensive side of the ball, I think it's really exciting to see Josh Heupel and this Tennessee team start to win these recruiting battles, going up against Ohio State and Georgia for a four-star linebacker and winning that recruiting battle. Really, really significant and where Tennessee's going as a program. And you're seeing Josh Heupel kind of answer some of those questions. Nobody questioned his offensive mind when he took the job at Tennessee. A lot of the questions were, can he recruit this SEC caliber talent? You're starting to see him not only get some confidence and some swagger at SEC Media Day, he's starting to back it up on the recruiting trail as well. Josh Heupel really settling in Knoxville. And you talk about teams that can push to become one of those top teams in the SEC. Not that Tennessee already isn't really one of those teams. Tennessee Volunteers clearly going in the right direction. Now, before we get into it, just want to say thank you to you guys. It's been such a blast. You guys know I'm a recruiting nerd, love talking these commitments. The support you guys have shown truly does mean a lot. So if you enjoy the updates, you enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you guys for real, rocking with the Rock Boys. Now let's get in to Edwin Spillman. And I just want to start by turning on the film. And a little precursor here, 6'1", 260 pounds, has that frame that you love, good length, very, very good athleticism. Brother of Nate Spillman, who plays at Tennessee, 129 tackles as a junior. What you're going to see on the film is a guy that can do so many different things. He'll blitz off the edge, blitz in the A-gap, spy the quarterback, drop back in coverage, sideline to sideline speed. Edwin Spillman, from a linebacker standpoint, especially in the modern game, brings everything you really want in a linebacker. You see him coming over, chasing the backside, making a tackle in the backfield. The ability for him to get downhill and make negative plays, which is just so valuable at the college football level. It's really there. You see him dropping back in coverage, keeping his eyes on the quarterback. And man, when it's time to fire downhill and go be physical, Edwin Spillman's got it. I mean, he is a kind of a heat-seeking missile. He finds the football at a very high level. Again, 129 tackles. You're going to see him work from the backside here, chase it down really, really fast, knows how to find the football. This is what I think is most special, though. You're seeing, we're talking Lipscomb Academy, one of the best high school football programs in the country. And as a junior, Edwin Spillman is the guy that is getting everyone aligned, communicating with the defense. Such an underrated aspect of that linebacker play that not enough people talk about. And like going back to Henry To'oTo'o and what he did at Tennessee and what he did at Alabama, that was like his best trait. Whenever Nick Saban talked Henry To'oTo'o, he wasn't this he was a solid athlete. I'm not trying to sell him short, but a lot of what brought like Henry To'oTo'o that why he was so good, why he goes so high in the NFL drafts is this dude knows what he's doing. He has a really good understanding of the defense, where to get everyone aligned at that middle linebacker spot. It's vital. Edwin Spillman showing a little of that I absolutely love. Again, you're going to see him drop back here, play that spiral, and when it's time to, drop back in coverage here, actually, and go make a play. Maybe a taunting penalty here, but I want that attitude as an SEC linebacker when you're recruiting these guys out of high school, firing downhill. And this dude has phenomenal instincts. From a pure football player standpoint, Edwin Spillman shows so much of what you love in a linebacker. Now, taking a look at this Tennessee class, you have to be pumped about what's going on in Tennessee, right? You're sitting around a top 10 class. You have your five-star wide receiver Mike Matthews match already locked up. Braylon Staley, another one of those elite wide receivers. And then you're hammering Lipscomb Academy, which would be a really nice pipeline. Again, that is a school that produces a ton of elite college talent. If you can get a little pipeline going there, you're going to feel really good if you're Tennessee. Jonathan Echols, a guy that I still probably could play edge too. If you're going to play tight end, he's going to be good at that. Whatever position he chooses, he's going to be solid at. You got your quarterback in Jake Merklinger. The offensive side of the ball, you're not going to really have any questions. Like, they're, again, going back, there's going to be a line out the door for these top playmakers to want to go play at Tennessee. And I think they maybe even still have a shot at Ryan Wingo, who seems to be trending to Texas, but wouldn't be surprised if Tennessee can get back into that mix. I think a lot of the conversation is, all right, let's start getting some of these elite difference makers on the defensive side of the ball. Two guys I want to talk about that are trending Tennessee's way. The first one, Kamarion Franklin, 5-star defensive lineman, can do a lot of different things. You talk about impact maker, you talk about havoc maker, 6'5", 270 pounds. Sounds like he's going to play on the inside. Talk about a disruptive force. Like, Kamarion Franklin certainly has that ability. And then the next guy I want to talk about, 5-star edge rusher Jordan Ross. And if Edwin Spillman is any like sort of precursor here, like winning these battles, Kamarion Franklin getting recruited by a plethora of SEC schools, Jordan Ross, and you're going head to head with Georgia for a 5-star edge rusher. And it sounds like Tennessee doing a really nice job. You saw them make a late push for Elijah Rushing, couldn't really close it. But I think what's so exciting for Tennessee is they're getting in the ears. They're getting these elite guys on campus. You could even throw in Williams Emuneri, who, I mean, Tennessee emerged as maybe a front runner at times for the 5-star defensive lineman Williams Emuneri, who it sounds like it's going to be Georgia, Oklahoma. But just Tennessee showing that they have the ability to get this top talent on the defensive side of the ball on campus, looking at to come to Knoxville, I think that's really, really meaningful. And some of these guys, the more guys you get on campus, the talent that you get, the more likely you are to start landing some of these 5-star guys. And you talk about Tennessee taking that next step, consistently being one of the top teams in the SEC. I do think it starts on the defensive side of the ball, getting these top talent guys like Jordan Ross, Kamarion Franklin, and guys like Edwin Spillman. Tennessee's certainly doing that. You talk about a team that is clearly heading in the right direction. Has to start with Josh Heupel and what he's doing with the Tennessee Volunteers. Again, appreciate you guys. Wanted to keep this one short, but if I had a chance to talk about Tennessee getting hot on the recruiting trail, certainly going to do that. Appreciate you guys rocking with the boys, and we'll talk to y'all later.